I am Jason Abraham, the Shadow Teacher, 33. And whether you be watching my YouTube channel or my BitChute channel, my work here in video content is devoted to exploring human potential, the great possibilities and mysteries that lie within, and the capacity of Source to express itself in a unique way in us and through us, and only the blessing that can be done by you. And a principle that's explored in this quest of human potential is the process of manifestation, the process of taking something from the mind, something that's intangible, taking something from the ether, and then manifesting it in the physical world. And I say it many times before, whether you know it or not, we're always manifesting something. We're always involved in creating something. And the work in human potential is what we call intentional manifestation, having a specific intention and being able to bring that to be. And one of the principles I find is that when we're in this relaxed state, when we're at a state of peace within ourselves, then good things tend to flow in our lives. And that state of peace, that internal state, now ideally is just something that we can tap into, and we know is there. There are times we're going to get moved out of it, but it's something that we know is always there. But one of the components to that state of peace within us is our environment. And some say that like our internal should not be contingent on what's going on out there, but the truth being told, what's in our environment is going to affect how we feel internally. At the same time, how we feel internally is also going to affect what's going on out there. So if we're in an environment that is filled with chaos, that is filled with elements that spike fear in us, that spike anxiety in us, then it's going to require more willpower on our part to find a state of peace. And eventually our willpower is going to run out. So when we're in that state where there is constant anxiety around us or constant tension, then it's harder to get into that state that we need to be in to be creative, the state that we need to be in to manifest good things in our lives. And I think about the news, sort of how the news media works. There are people in my life who I love very much who are addicted to watching the news. And I've criticized this attachment to the news media time and time again on this channel. But many people say, well, I want to be informed of what's going on. I need to be informed, so I'm going to watch the news every day or every hour or whatever. But if you look at how news is presented, is news presented in a way that brings any type of peace, any type of inner calming? At best, you have special interest stories that are simply a distraction, that simply are a novelty. But generally speaking, the way the news media works is to spike fear in you, spike a state of anxiety, so that way you stay glued to what's going on and feel the need to stay glued out of your own safety. And that's what's going on in that subconscious level, which throws you out of the state you need to be in to manifest, to create. When we're in that state of fear and anxiety, we're in this reactive state. We're reacting to everything that's going on in our environment. And some manifestors, they say, ignore the 3D. When we get into that reactive state, we're doing the opposite. We're reacting to everything in the 3D, and we are co-creating with that energy of fear and anxiety. So I'm not saying don't be informed. I'm just saying know the nature of how certain things work that are in our environment. And as sovereign beings, it's up to us to choose what we want. If we want to be intentional manifestors, if we want to be a powerful creative force that's connected to Source, if we want to be a conduit for peace and joy and creativity that adds value to life, if we're constantly being spiked in fear and anxiety, then we're not going to be able to do that. We're simply going to create more chaos. We're going to be a vessel of chaos. So when we're looking, again, like the news, we're looking at people in our lives. If we have people who are addicted to drama, people who are addicted to chaos. Some say that narcissists, people who are high, who have NPD, are addicted to chaos. They're not capable of finding peace within themselves, so they always have to distract themselves for that inner emptiness. So they're always creating chaos. They're always gravitating to chaos. When one chaotic storyline ends, they're immediately on to the next one, or have many chaotic stories going on at once. And when we have these people close to us, and we're allowing these people to affect our energy, then that diminishes our capacity to create and show up in a positive way. We're reacting to them as opposed to being in our own power. So, understanding what brings chaos, what brings anxiety, what brings fear in its own nature that we're allowing in our environment. And what can we do to minimize these elements, or at least engage with them more consciously, if our intention is to be manifestors of something worthwhile, something that comes from that creative spark, something desirable. The other thing being said is, what in our environment is conducive to helping us reflect that state of peace within us? So within, so without. And setting up an environment that has conduits of peace. Some people in our life, having people close by that remind us of the highest, best versions of ourselves. People who bring joy, genuine joy to our souls. And what can we surround ourselves with on a daily basis that brings us back to that state and remind us, it's possible to find some peace in here. It's possible to find some joy within me. That's the truth of who I am. I can remember that now. Because that's the state we need to be in to be effective co-creators of that which we desire, that which we actually intend to bring into the world. That's where we need to be when we're working with Source, as opposed to working to the antagonist of Source, working with the demons of chaos. So with that being said, I'm going to end this transmission. Something that brings peace to me are these singing cicadas, rubbing their legs, making a beautiful symphony. Though this video may go up well past the summer's end, it'll be a reminder of something peaceful. So I wish you peace. I wish you understanding and awareness of what brings you peace, and that the peace within you manifests something beautiful from your imagination in this world and adds life to life. I'll see you on the other side.